How much should you make as a salon owner? And I'm not talking about your behind the chair income. Well, I'm gonna answer that question in today's video. Hey, it's Jason Everett from highperformancesalon.com, and I just asked the question today in our Profitable Salon Owners group, which, by the way, it's a free group. If you want to join it, you can jump in and join in on these discussions. But I asked the question, I said, besides your behind the chair income, what do you think is reasonable pay for all the work you have to do while running the salon? And it was really interesting, all the comments that we got back on this, is that people started saying things like, personally, I don't pay myself. I make a large amount of money behind the chair, and then I save all the rest of the money for upgrades and expenses inside the salon, right? So this person actually takes all of their money that they would make besides their behind the chair income and just rolls it over and keeps reinvesting in the business. This person says, I think you should take a percentage of the overall salon dollars instead of behind the chair. This person just said 100 grand a year, but then laughed at herself because she thought that was unrealistic. So here's the question. If you're watching this right now, you probably are a salon owner that is not making what you're worth for your time that you spend working in the salon. So here's what I mean. You should always divide out your income into two categories at minimum as a salon owner. Number one, if you're behind the chair, pay yourself the way you would pay the rest of your staff for your behind the chair income, and then figure out a way to carve out additional money for the time that you work when you're not behind the chair or you're behind the desk. Now, the problem is for a lot of salon owners in the beginning stages of your business, you get comfortable not paying yourself anything. In fact, you don't take any paycheck at all for your time when you work behind the desk because you've got to get the salon up and going. But the problem can be that as a salon owner, you end up not paying yourself for sometimes 2 or 10 or 20 years in the future because you're so used to not paying yourself, and you convince yourself that you're just reinvesting. Well, reinvesting into what? Because if you're not making any money off the salon, or you decide that, well, I make enough money off everybody else, I don't have to worry about it, well, that becomes an issue. I also want to say, I don't take any money off of the business. In fact, that just at the end of the year, I pay myself off what's left over. So there's a lot of problems with that as a scenario for you to operate off of if you're just trying to pay yourself off of leftovers, or you're hoping that one day the salon will be big enough that it'll pay you an income. So there's a good friend of mine named Mike McAllowitz. He runs a company and does a training model called Profit First. He talks about dividing out everything into a pie and saying, this is the percent that I'm going to pay myself as an owner, as a reasonable owner's salary. So inside our High Performance Salon Academy, we tell you how to do these calculations, but you can figure out how to do some of these on your own or reach out to us for help. But the idea would be, you say, look, if I'm going to set a certain percentage, could be 5%, could be 10%, could even be up to 20% that you set aside. But here's the thing, you can't just arbitrarily say, I'm going to pay myself 20%. You've actually got to run the numbers, do the math, look at your commission percentages, look at your break even, look at your breakdown of costs of goods that exist inside your salon, and then figure out how much profit you want to make. And in fact, the way we teach you, we actually decide how much profit you want to make first, then back out the rest of the finances to make sure that you do so. But as a general guideline is, if you're running a salon and you are doing close to $1 million a year, you should be able to profit from that $1 million salon, meaning profit to you as a salon owner, around $100,000 a year take home. Now, if you're hearing that number and you think that's nuts that I'm saying that, we could show you exactly how you want. We could show you exactly how to break that down and give you that formula. If you reach out, talk with us, or check us out inside of our free Facebook group, I'd be happy to show you how to do it. Now, if you're a little bit smaller, if you're under $500,000, it's not quite half, it'd be a little bit less than half, and then under $500,000, that's kind of your build phase as you're growing your salon. And again, as you're growing, this is just a general guide. It could change and evolve. But the most important thing I want you to get out of watching this entire video is that the amount of money you take out from your non-behind the chair income, meaning your behind the desk income, is directly correlated to how much you actually track, measure, and manage inside your salon. Because most salon owners, they end up operating at a break even, and they never take any money home because they never put a plan in place for it. So do me a favor, after watching this video, put a plan in place that will help you create some income, even if it's to pay yourself $100 a week or $1,000 a week. Start putting that in place and just pay yourself and see what it feels like. See if it puts extra strain on the business. Because my guess is, if you start paying yourself even a little bit, you'll get used to it and you'll break that old habit of not getting paid at all to work behind the desk. I hope this video has been helpful. Do me a favor, head over to our Profitable Salon Owner group on Facebook if you want to interact with other incredible salon owners just like you, share great ideas, and find more video tools and resources like this. Until then, have a great week.